Hello, welcome to this week's video. This week I found a gum. It took me a while to work out where I'd got it from, but it was a branch off a tree that was diseased and it formed a lump. The wood and the grain was going all over the place, so I was able to cut it up into smaller pieces, and this is one of them. And I wasn't sure how it would go, but it was a pretty good bit of wood. The grain went all over the place. There was some holes and some voids which I needed to fill up. Now, a couple of videos ago I did mention that I have trouble working out what I'm going to do. I don't really plan the project. I usually just let the wood dictate what it's going to be, and of course this one I rounded it off and stabilised it with some cactus juice. I wasn't sure if it would move, and then I filled the holes up with resin, and I used a bronze coloured resin this time just so it would blend in with the wood, and then I put it back on and started turning and taking the resin off. And it wasn't until that stage that I saw the grain and how good it was, and I didn't want to lose too much of the wood, so I decided to make a lidded box out of it. And the bronze really blended in with the wood this time. I wasn't really sure if I had used resin at one stage because it did blend in quite well. I've turned it, I've stabilised it with cactus juice, put some resin in there, and then I've turned it into a box, and I did a lot of sanding. I spent probably more time sanding it than I did turning it. I sanded it using the mesh pads, and then I put some restoring wax on it and finished that off. Then I used part of the wood to make the lid. I did the inside of the lid, turned it around and went to put it into the chuck, and of course I hadn't calculated the size properly. I needed to use a smaller chuck. So I finished the lid, and then I turned a finial. I found a little bit of walnut that had been sitting there for a while, but the colour wasn't too good. I wanted to have more of a black colour, so I ended up spraying it with a matte black. Then I used a clear gloss just to give it a bit of a shine. Come out quite nice. I like the grain. I've got a couple more pieces of that wood, so I might have to get them out and use them shortly. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. Cheerio. Oh.